Let her go, boys. Well, I got up early on this Lord's Day with the sun peeking through the curtains. Thought I'd wet a line for a couple good hours and still make the 10 o'clock sermon. But the sky is blue and the breeze is cool and they're biting good not to mention. If I live right now, might make it somehow, but I doubt I could pay attention. I'd rather be on a lake with my mind on God in the middle of His creation, in an old John boat with my Zipco rod for some private conversation. There might be a few people talking bad about me when they see that I'm a missing, but I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God than in church with my mind on fishing. Well, I like that preacher and I love how it feels when he really gets to throwing down. But I'd rather do my talking with the man upstairs when there's nobody else around. If I was there right now, I'd be thinking about which lure I was gonna cast. And he don't need another fool sitting in that pew dreaming about a 10-pound bass. I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God in the middle of His creation, in an old John boat with my Zipco rod for some private conversation. There might be a few people talking bad about me when they see that I'm a missing, but I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God than in church with my mind on fishing. With my thoughts adrifting, I ain't even listening, while it all goes right over my head. I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God in the middle of His creation, in an old John boat with my Zipco rod for some private conversation. There might be a few people talking bad about me when they see that I'm a missing, but I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God than in church with my mind on fishing. I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God than in church with my mind on fishing.
Let's get it started in here.
What is up, everybody? All right, let's get on down with it. I'm going to bring this up here real quick. I've actually got a quick intro for you. All right, how cool was that? Mr. Delgado himself created that for us. This is going to be a little bit hard to read, but we're going to go through it best we can. And some of these actually might have changed because we got this updated a little bit early. So we're going to go over what we've got real quick. And again, it's kind of hard to read, so we're going to rock with it. I don't know what we're doing here with a 44.5 inches taking on Old Town Catch Crew that's sitting at 130. We've got Worm Wigglers taking on Hookers for Hire. Worm Wigglers is 109 3/4. Hookers for Hire at 154 1/4. Icky Thumb taking on Femis Un Fatale. I think I said that right this time. I don't know. I'm trying. It's 105 and a quarter. Icky Thumbs 75 and 3. I'm sorry, 165 and a quarter. Icky Thumb 75 and 3/4 for the girls. Mustache and Moose Man sitting at 188 and 3/4, taking on Ranger Panties currently at 83 inches. 207 Life at 48 and a half, taking on Warheads on Foreheads with 84 and 3/4. Then you've got Swim Gigolos at 137 and a quarter, taking on Big Fat Sledgehammers, who are sitting at 177 and a half. 18 sitting at 180 inches, taking on Bye Week at 183 and a half. Watch out for these Iowa anglers, folks. We got Team Woosa sitting at 61 and a half, taking on Fish Sticks that are sitting at 27 and a half. Bastards sitting at 160 and 3/4, taking on Starley and Hutch sitting at 85 inches. Huckleberry and Finn with 188 and a quarter, taking on the Tanner Rock Twins at 192 and a half. The Barbarians, 85 and a quarter, taking on Fish Night Squad, 91 and a half. Dad and Daughter sitting at 71 and 3/4, taking on Fort Worth Boats and Hobies. I'm pretty sure that's 98 and a quarter. Gil's Gone Wild sitting at 78 even, taking on Smoking Guns at 137 and 3/4. North Texas at 111 and 3/4, taking on Ugly Ducklings at 60 and a quarter. The Crowley Boys sitting at 94 and 3/4, taking on Biscuit Brothers 177 and a quarter. Frogged Up at 180 inches, taking on Texas Forever at 143 and 3/4. Guys, they put up some fish today. These teams came out the gate swinging. It's been an absolute grind. Sorry that I don't even know where my hat landed when I walked in the door. So we're just going whatever kind of hairdo this is today. We're just going to rock it out. But we are going to bring some of these guys on Skype because they didn't get their time on the water today, and I think they deserve it. We were really spread out. We're kind of spread thin on broadcasters. Greg's on vacation in an area that doesn't have service. I was fishing in an area that doesn't have service, and Todd seemed like he was having some service issues as well. Maybe America just needs more cell phone towers. Maybe that's what it is. But let's go ahead and try to get some of these anglers on. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go down and I'm going to go ahead and pull up some standings here. Base with me real quick while I get this sucker rolling. Sorry, I tried to jump on and get this taken care of as quick as possible. I know you guys have been waiting all day for a live broadcast, and we're going to try to get on as many people as we can this evening. That way we can rock it out. So, I mean, of course, we got to bring on the Tanner Rock Twins. They're leading the pack at 192 and a half. I mean, they've got everybody beat by 4 inches. So we're going to bring them on first. We're going to go ahead and try to get some of the Eastern guys knocked out since it's already kind of late. Let's see if we can't go ahead and get those guys. Let me see if I can get Mr. John Hollum on the call. I guess John's got to join the call that he started there, but we'll see if we can get him on there. Let me see if I can hang up and start this over real fast. It says he started a call with me. So let's see if I can just pop him up real quick. Got him. All right, let's see if we can get Mr. John Hollum on. See if we can get him to answer for us. John!
There you are.
What's happening, buddy? Hell of a comeback today, man.
Yeah. I was on a little slow move at first.
You had me a little worried about you.
Yeah, we had I went to 2 different lakes. Doug went to another lake than I did, and I went to another lake and yeah, anyways, a little slow move. We had it was slow at the beginning. I got it going, I called Doug up, and I go like, "What's going on over there?" Or I sent him a text, and he said, "I'm doing really good over here. You need to come over here." And I said, "Okay, I'm on my way." And I was rigged for him. I knew what he was going to be rigged for, so I took off rigged. And I parked in that lake. I took off across the lake as fast as my motor could run me. And I got to the other side. I go, "What are we doing?" And Doug put me on some fish. It was like 15, 20 minutes after I got there. I had a 22-inch right on the bat. First 22-inch that I caught with the rod that Doug built me. He doesn't know that yet.
No, I didn't know that.
Right on. Well, I mean, hey, I'm going to go ahead and say, as y'all's competitor, since my partner can't come on tonight, we're going to go ahead and knock 2 of these teams out tonight. Guys, we put on a freaking show today.
Wow, you're exactly right. Wow, it was a day and a half.
Doug, tell us a little bit about your day before I jump into mine and Doc's.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting day. Kind of started out, topwater bite was, nothing huge. Couple nice 18s off the giddy up. And headed back into an area I like to fish. And one of the guys at the Tenorock office who fishes there quite regularly, and I see him around. We always kind of BS a little bit. He's heading out of there. And I'm like, "Hey, Chris, what's going on, man?" And he goes, and he said, "All I got was," he said, "a couple of gar come up and smoke me." And he said, "I had a couple of little boils from," he said, "I think they were bass." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, this is kind of like my favorite area." So I'm not feeling real good. Then there was another guy left behind him. There was another guy that was still out there fishing, and he was kind of, when I got in there, he's kind of like, "Oh yeah, no, not doing very well back here." Then I started kind of mucking around, went up one side, didn't do real well, going back down the other side, got into some stuff, and all of a sudden, whack, nailed a 21. Had a nice bite right after that and about the same looking stuff. Kind of followed that around, got a couple more little bites, and then threw a swim bait out off or not a swim bait, but a chatterbait out off a point. Banged on a nice 20. And just kind of continued to fish around, picked up a couple more that were, 16s, nothing huge. Was BSing back and forth with John as I kind of headed out of that area. The time we kind of hooked up was right around about 12 o'clock, and I hear John had headed off. He's probably maybe 100 yards away from me around a corner, and I hear a big old splash in by a tree. I ripped that chatterbait in up by that tree and whacked that big old 23 come and just gobbled it up. Hauled that out, and I'm screaming and yelling. John's wondering what the heck's going on. So we kind of got tied up. We got hooked up there, and he took a couple pictures of me with big old.
Uh-oh, we lose Doug?
Get my line, that same tree, and whack, he pulled out a big old 22, the Tenorock twins. So
the Tenorock twins
that's our
twin 22-inch bass is something to talk
22
about.
22 and a 23. Yeah, that's the old twins. They were there.
Well, I'll tell you, me and Doc spent most of the day on and off the phone. He would call me, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I just called up with a 17. I'd call him back, say, "Hey, I just got an 18. He'd call me, "Hey, I just got a 22. I'd call him back, "Hey, I just busted out double 19s in a row." And we were fired up all day, chasing you guys. Y'all would take the lead. We'd take the lead. We were always back and forth. I think me and Doc are a quarter inch apart, both sitting at 94. I think John's a little bit below us, and Doug Wilson's just blowing out the competition with a hundo in his honey hole, sitting at 105. And if I'm not mistaken, Doug, you said 105 out of there isn't real easy to do.
No, it's not. No, Tenorock, it's, I'll be honest with you, and I mean, I'm sure you can talk to Dan again. That place only gives up maybe 3 or 4 a year. So that's my first hundo in Tanner Rock this year. I've come close. I think I had a 99 out in Lake 5 here not long ago, but I have not had a hundo out at Tanner Rock all year. So that's the first one of the year, and we're into June already. So kind of gives you an idea. That place gets fished pretty hard. There's a lot of big fish in there, but they've all been caught, and they know how to shake a hook. Let's put it that way. Even if you do get kind of latched on.
Tough.
How's that again?
Them pressured lakes are tough. I'm fishing a really pressured lake myself, and you're right. They know how to run right at you. They know how to shake that head, and they know how to wrap around any grass they can find.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, there's no doubt about it. I had a real nice one. I told John we never even really talked about it when we wrapped up, but tossed into another tree, and nice little 6 foot, nice green bush. It shook the tree. It darted right into the tree, and I mean, it took that big old 2 ounce weight and just kind of shook it off in no time flat. But probably a pretty good fish. Whenever they can shake a 6 foot tree, it's probably a pretty good fish. But like I say, smart. They know how to get rid of you in a hurry.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be the first one to say, I don't think after our performances today, I don't think this is a race to a double deuce anymore. I think it's a race to 210. And I think the first team that hits it is the one that takes it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mr. Hallam is the man. I mean, heck, he's got. I was looking at his numbers there. He come over. By the time he showed up at noon, all he had in the bank was a 15, and then he bangs on a 22. And I don't know, John, what else? You had an 18 in there somewhere.
Yeah, I had a 17 and 3/4. I had a 16 and a quarter. I had a 15 and a 3/4, and then I had a 15.
I'm really excited about just the 15.
Yeah, well, 15 was out of the blue. First thing this morning, it was my first fish. I'm like, okay, it's going to be a good day. Nope, it went dead from that point on. I fought 2 lakes. I went to 3 lakes today. I went all over one of our lakes, Waterloo. I went all over Lake 5. I bounced around in that thing, burned the battery on my trolling motor as hard as I could so I could bounce around. And by noon, I wasn't on the fish, and I was like, okay, this is wrong. So I got with Doug, and he said, they're on over here. And I said, all right, fine. So I took off over there, and it was worth doing because I was hooking up constantly. Missed a couple of nice ones, too, after lunch. So we're gonna go back again tomorrow, and see where we can finish it up at. There's a lot of lake there that's still got to go.
Well, hey, good luck to both of you boys in the morning and all throughout the day. Thank you for coming on this evening, even though we weren't able to get you on the water. But, we really appreciate the show that you guys put on. Congratulations with taking first place in day 1. But as all of us know, fishing these KBBT events, it ain't over until the bell rings.
No, that's a fact. No, you guys put on a heck of a show there too, Marcus. You and Doc just, man, it was a treat to watch that without a doubt. Both of you guys ended up, what, 1/4 inch apart or something?
Yep, I'm at 94 1/4. He's at 94, and we've combined. We've got 3 18s and 3 17s left to cull.
Right on. Well, again, our bite at Tanner Rock, there's no guarantees on it by any stretch. We're going to go fish some new water tomorrow. We're going to go fish the other end of the lake. So, anybody's guess how that's going to turn out. We'll give it our best shot, and it's the race for the deuce, the old deuce with the double zeros on the end.
Absolutely. Well, good luck to you boys, and we'll touch base with you tomorrow at in the finals.
Right on.
Right.
Have a good evening, boys.
You too, bud. Good luck tomorrow.
You too. All right, there we go. Those are 2 great gentlemen, and I think that's John's first time coming on, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. We're going to go ahead and go with the next team here. Let's see if we can get these folks on real fast. That didn't work. We'll figure it out in a second. Bear with me here. I've got like 4 different emails to try for the Moose Man. Got him. Two things popped up, so we'll try the first one. That one don't work. We'll try the second one. Well, it's coming down outside. All right, that one's not the right one. So let's try that again. We're going to try to get Mr. Merritt on. Maybe. We might have to go to the next group real fast, but we're going to give it one more shot. I got one more email to try for the guy.
Rodney Merritt is currently unavailable.
Rodney Merritt is currently unavailable. Let me see here. I'm going to have him send an invitation to me. All right, while we're waiting on that to happen, I'm going to go ahead and call Eric Polins because I'm not able to pull him up on Skype either, it doesn't look like. Greg was, so I don't know why I can't, but actually, I just got Eric. We'll see if he'll answer. He might be sleeping. Mr. Polins!
Hey,
The mustache is in the building.
the mustache is in the building.
Bro, what a freaking Trump train y'all ran today. Second place finish, beat us by a quarter inch. You're sitting in second place overall for the day, and you still got 12 more hours to finish.
Yeah, we still got some time. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're pretty excited to be where we're at right now. That's for sure.
Tell us a little bit about how your day went while I'm trying to get your partner on here with you.
Sure. I went back to kind of the same neighborhood that me and Greg went to the other day, and did a little bit of searching around, and I knew I was going to be able to catch a limit. I was hoping to be.
Uh-oh.
All of a sudden,
One second here, Eric. I think our audio's messing up on you here. I'm not. You're not coming through on audio. I can't hear you.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, it was kind of a slower day. I didn't get a ton of bites, but I put together some of the right ones, which was good.
I mean, that's what matters. And your partner came to play as well. I can't get him on Skype, so we're going to go ahead and ring him. But I know he was pumped up to be a part of this. You were pumped up to have him on your team, and y'all went out and put a show on.
Yeah, when this all came together and it fell through with Steve Hoffman and he couldn't do it again, I was out fishing with Greg and he asked, and then it ended up working out that me and Rodney fished together. And one thing that, I was excited to get to fish with Rodney. He's consistent. If you look at what he's done in all these KBBTs, he's a low to mid 90s machine pretty much every time, and that type of consistency. If nothing else, this makes you a tough out. So I was happy to be able to partner with him. He put up a really nice bag today. I did too. We're both looking out to go out in the morning and hopefully find some upgrades. The north is a little bit different than the south in this. You were talking, you had 318s, 317s between the two you to upgrade. We don't have a whole lot of 22s, so we're trying to get rid of high 17s and low 18s and try to get those up in the 19s, rather than going out and finding a couple big 22s, because those type of fish just are few and far between up in Michigan and Maine.
Hey, they're few and far between for me. Well, when you're going up against the Tanner on twins, you don't have any other option.
I was gonna say it's rare for everybody but Doug Wilson and Conrad. I think those guys they pull out a 22 every day. I was cracking up. I submitted a fish, looked at the leaderboard. I wanted to see what my smallest fish was. I was kind of losing track, and I saw that Doug already had almost 106. It's like, come on, man.
I wanted to go home, and I was like, nope, I'm not giving up. And it was a grind, but Doug showed us why he won the last bracket tournament, and it's gonna take a heck of a lot to send them boys home on week 1.
Oh no! It's going to be a lot for anybody to send home. That's if you and Doc don't come back. You guys had a nice day too. It was one of those things. I looked at the team standings, and you guys just kept shooting up and shooting up. Mid 90s for both of you. You guys have to be the closest team, right? As far as
there's as far as teams go, there's no other team a quarter inch apart.
It was pretty cool to see that. There's nobody carrying the team. You guys are both there, so you guys can both upgrade and both have a good bag. Hopefully, me and Rodney can do the same. But that's pretty cool,
Absolutely. Rodney, since I got you here on the phone, buddy, go ahead and tell us about your day, Moose Man.
Well, I think today he was here. I've got a couple of upgrades that I'm looking at tomorrow. I've got a couple of the 17s that'll help us a lot. The 93 was pretty good, but I think I can do those. The first one today, I had a little bit of a top water bite started, and so I picked up one of my keepers off the man on top water, and I see him on some dragonflies, and so I grabbed a big cast out there and worked the top water for a while, and I think that was one of the ones that was already, and then I shifted over and I found him on a break, and mostly drop shot most of the day on a break, and I was on a new lake that I hadn't fished all this year, and there's a lot of boat traffic, so it made it a little difficult. And I think after I figured out exactly where they were, they came on, and I was able to fill out the bag. And I could have put a lot of 17s in there, but finding those 19, those 18, high 18s, 19s are a little tougher. But I've got a place tomorrow where I saved my best place for tomorrow.
Right on. Well, is the moose gonna come?
The place I'm going tomorrow is one of the places I sent you guys the video of me with the moose. So that'll be pretty cool.
For those of you out there that are watching the show tonight that don't know what I'm referring to, the reason I call Rodney the Moose Man is because every time he has a good day throughout any of the KBBT matchups, he sends me a picture or a video of a moose on the water. So at that point, I said, you know what? You're just the Moose Man.
The Moose Man.
Probably it's a little unusual. Catching live smallmouth right beside the moose.
I don't know if I'd be okay with that. As long as I can keep my distance from it. I have problems with cows. That's a cow with bigger horns. I keep getting told this, and I just recently found out you can order it online, and I'm like this close to just go ahead and get moose sent to me. So, are both of you guys on Smallies? I know Eric is. Are you Smallies too right now, Rob?
Yeah, I was Smallies only today. I didn't catch them in the water there just randomly, but tomorrow it's still a toss-up. I've got two spots. One place is some really quality live balls, and the other place is a place where I easily be able to upgrade with my Smallies. So I still have in my mind. Probably when I hop in the truck in the morning, I'll go left or right, and I'll flip a coin.
honestly, I think at this point, if you're not the Tannerock twins, putting up 200 is going to be hard for anybody. But what do you guys think you're going to have to do to hold on to that second place overall position?
Well, just like you guys said, anything can happen in one matchup. I mean, there's a birthday, even if the other team didn't have a good day, they could put up some big numbers tomorrow like we did today. And so you can't just kind of sit back on your numbers.
Yeah. I would say taking care of business in our matchup is number one. There's only one team we got to beat. It's cool that we're sitting in second, but looking at that, but I would say that if I had the, I don't know if there'll be two that crack 200. I hope there are, because that would make your guys' matchup even that much more exciting in day two. I'd say 197.5 second place. There'd be another one that's close, but can't quite crack it.
197.5.
But there will be one over 200. It'll be down to Doug's partner was Matt, right? It'll come down to
Doug's partner was John Haley.
Okay, sorry, names. Yeah. But it's not that Doug can't upgrade, but it's hard bag partner. Where you guys, it's both of you that can upgrade. You both have cullable fish. You're both fishing lakes, water that you can cull. That is in your favor a little bit. I'd feel comfortable with you guys knowing that you can both upgrade quite a bit versus them, where it's almost it's going to be difficult for Doug to upgrade.
Well, I definitely do appreciate that. I don't think me and Doc, either one of us, if the weather holds out, we're not going to see daylight at all tomorrow. Fishing the way that we fish, that's gonna help us tremendously. But what I'd like to see is 195 inches of smallies between you two boys.
Yeah, I do got to tell you this. I called Rod on the way home when we talked about our day a little bit. You and Greg had a $20 bet on whether we'd break 189, and right now we're at 188.75. And I wish we could have won you the bet today. After seeing how it went, I don't think we went into it necessarily thinking we were going to do that.
Not over. He bet the round.
Oh, I know, but I looked at it later in the day and I saw where we were at, and I was like, how cool would it have been to have, one more quarter inch? But obviously I'm not complaining about where we're at. We had one heck of a day. Hopefully we can add to it a little bit tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. And, I took that bet out of pure confidence. And, that wasn't a gambling bet. That was this is easier than saying the Cowboys aren't going to make it to the Super Bowl. So, I love taking free money. Greg gave me the opportunity, and, you two major hammers are going to be some serious names in this northern bracket. And for those of you that aren't in it or just spectating, you better watch out for Mustache and Moose Man, because they're coming at you soon. Anything else you guys want to tell to anybody out there?
One thing I would like to say is, anybody watching this and tried this, you really got to. I got the opportunity to fish the BASS and some of the Hobie stuff and the live events and online. And this format is awesome. So anybody that's not doing it really ought to jump in, because it's a blast.
Well, I appreciate that, Rodney. Eric, what were you saying?
Nothing other than just I appreciate it. I do love the format. We kind of, we're kind of a oddball partnership that we got going on here, and we haven't even formally met. I think yesterday was the first time that we had a phone conversation. But it's funny how this, I have a feeling that me and Rod are going to be buddies for years to come after this one. But it's just been fun getting to know him. It's been fun getting to go out and fish. I was out on St. Clair today, and I just appreciate the time on the water. Appreciate you guys putting it on, and and talking to us, giving us a little bit of exposure, and hopefully me and Rod can go out and make it happen again tomorrow and upgrade a little bit.
Right on. Yeah, that's one thing we do pride ourselves here at KBBT is the amount of exposure that we give to each and every angler. Unfortunately, due to service issues of freaking Texas, that wasn't possible on the water today. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to run it tomorrow, but next week we will be well prepared. So forgive us this weekend, but starting next weekend, get back into the flow of on the water interviews throughout the entire day. But you guys, I know Rod's Eastern. Are you Eastern too, Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah, you two boys go get some freaking rest. You both earned it today, and you got a long day ahead of you tomorrow. So you guys pack it in. It was a pleasure talking to you as always, and we look forward to hollering at you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Have a good night, guys. All right. Well, that was another great pair of anglers right there. Let's go ahead and keep this thing rolling. We're getting some great feedback here, so we'll keep it on moving. We already covered Huckleberry and Finn. Today I got to be Huckleberry, baby. No, I'm just kidding, Doc. You're always the Huckleberry. But we're going to move on to bye week. Mr. Jeremy Branson Mason Good. Jeremy caught his personal best on the water today. So we're going to go ahead and bring these two boys on. Let Jeremy tell us a little bit about his day. And we're just going to keep it going as long as I've got people answering the phones. Jeremy Brands.
Hey,
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I had a great day.
I hear. I showed your picture off to the world. I got to broadcast. What did that thing go? About 8? Did it go about 8 pounds?
Oh, I had my scale with me and we forgot to weigh it.
I'm gonna say 8 pounds.
High 6 at least, maybe 7. I don't know. I don't know if it'd make 8.
Mason, what do you think it weighed?
I'm thinking easy 6.5, probably pushing 7.
All right. Well, we'll just go with 7 to give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. Well, boys, you put on a show today like Iowa anglers have been doing. There's a reason I made that pick when nobody else did. Tell us about your day.
We were fishing an old sand quarry, and it's really small. There's a series of like 4 different lakes, and they're all interconnected somehow. We wanted to spread out a little bit, so I was on one and Mason was on another. The lake that I started at, I thought I could get a quick limit because there was a lot of grass. I thought I could get a frog bite going early in the morning, get a quick limit. And then move over and join Mason. And it took a little longer than I thought, and the limit was smaller than I thought it would be. But about 9:30 or so, I joined Mason on the main lake. By then, he had figured out the bite and told me what was working for him, and I just showed him how to catch the bigger one.
Right on. Well, Mason, how'd your day go, buddy?
It was all right. It was the smallest single day on that lake I've ever had, so that's kind of disappointing, but I'm going to go back there tomorrow, and I know I can get some upgrades, cull some fish.
Right on. What do you guys think you're going to end with this thing? I mean, right now you're sitting at a combined 185 and a half. Jeremy's got 97 and a quarter. I'm not going to lie. I knew you guys were going to do good. I wasn't expecting that. Shocked the heck out of me. Mason at 88 and a quarter, and you are right. I expected a little bit more. I was thinking both of you were going to be in the mid to low 90s. Well, Jeremy threw that out the gate, and Mason with some good upgrades. You guys have a serious chance at hitting a deuce and a deuce tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the plan. The lake that we were on today is really small, and Mason's been fishing it for a while. He's got it figured out, and if we keep fishing it together, I think we're just taking fish away from each other. So I'm going to go to a separate lake, and Mason's going to fish the same spot again tomorrow. and he's got 5 fish, at least 4 that he could upgrade pretty easily. I think he'll finish around 92 to 94. I'm not worried about Mason.
Now you guys know that that Brundle and Conan are right on your tails. Does that keep you going? Are you confident? How do you feel knowing you got those 2 sticks right behind you? I mean, 1 super solid fish or 3 upgrades, whatever comes first.
Yeah, I didn't want to look past anybody, but I knew that week 1 was going to be hard for us, and that was extra motivation. And the fact that 2 out of 3 of you guys picked us to lose just kind of lit a fire as well. So we're definitely motivated. I'm pushing for 100 inches, and I know Mason's going to upgrade tomorrow.
Jeremy, go ahead and tell them who the 1 person was that didn't pick against you.
You picked it for us.
I picked for you guys.
Yeah, you did.
And for good reason. And I love Derek and Matthew, but how do you pick against this combo? I mean, the name says it all. It was a bye week because they're taking the week off. This is easy fishing for these guys. Y'all get ready in the north to see these 2 anglers go a long way, in my opinion. Iowa came to play in the last bracket. I think that a lot of Iowa anglers had an early home when they didn't deserve to go home that early to other Iowa anglers. But Iowa's coming back in this team event, and I think that Iowa's going a long way.
I hope so. I'd be Iowa teams in the semifinals.
Mason's just over here chilling. He ain't even worried about it. He's like, I'm going to go bust a 22-incher on my first cast tomorrow.
Maybe not the first cast, but I'm kind of planning on it. I'm hoping for it.
What's the water temps where you guys were fishing?
It got up to 83 this afternoon. It was about 78 this morning.
That. I wish I would get those water temps. The thing that happened to me was the weirdest thing ever. My water temps got cooler throughout the day. I don't know if the creek was running hard because there's not a dam that flows into it, but my water got cooler throughout the day, and the bass moved stupid shallow. And by the time I realized that, it was a little bit too late. Story of my life. But I know where they're going to be tomorrow, and that's what matters, right? Day 1 is just day 1. It comes down to what happens on day 2. Well,
Yeah, that's
anything else you want to say to these fans out there, guys?
I want to say good luck to Tommy and Matt Barnes and Tim and Gary, the other Iowa teams. I'd like to see them advance as well.
Are we going to see another Iowa team go home to another Iowa team?
Yep.
Not counting you guys. So if you guys were out of the picture, in your opinion, who's the next best Iowa team?
That's too hard to say.
I'm going to pin you guys against each other right out the bat.
No, we're all close. That's hard to say, and I hope you see that matchup. It'll be a great one.
Right on. Well, you guys have a great evening. You deserved it. Apologize that we weren't able to cover you on the live on the water this week. I know we tried with Jeremy; it wasn't working, but we will get that fixed for next weekend. So, next weekend we're going back to full on the water. We were just spread a little thin this week between fishing and traveling. So, we wanted to do a recap tonight. That way, everybody gets their time in that can. And wish you guys the best of luck. And hopefully, you make it to round 2. That way, we can broadcast you on the water next week.
All right, thanks, Mark. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Y'all take it easy.
Have a good one.
I need to go to Iowa. This isn't even fair at this point. These guys are putting on damage in Iowa. So the next up, frogged up, Silas Garrett and Tim Rodman. Tim was a late bloomer today. Silas was pretty much close to the top of the board throughout the entire day. So let's go ahead and see if we can get these boys on real quick. Like I said, some people might not answer because it's so late. We've just been lucky so far. So am I talking to you? We do have silence, I think. Hey, buddy. You're at a party. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, this is
I'll call you back.
All right, buddy. All right. Right on. Throw down with the best of them, right? Let's see if we can get Mr. Rodman on here. Let's see if I can. Got him. Let's see if he's got his Skype call on. Maybe we can talk to him today. We got him. I'm Mariachi, man. All right, no Tim Rodman. I guess we'll have to get back to Frog Up. Yep, no Tim Rodman. We'll have to get back to those guys. Let's get on to the next one here. A-Team Hammers. We got Hammers in the building, taking on bye week. Let's see if we can get Mr. Derek Brundle and Matthew Conan on. Let's see here. Skype freezing on me now. Oh, there it goes. They might be asleep too. I know they were fished hard today. I think. No Derek for the first time ever, I think. Like I said, he might be sleeping. It's a little late for those Eastern guys. We're just trying to do the best we can here since we weren't able to be on the water. So, Matthew didn't send me a Skype, so let's try giving Matthew a call real quick. See if Mr. Conant wants to hop on. If my phone wants to ring through with this amazing Arkansas service we have. Now, he might not answer either. That's it's Eastern, guys. It's a little late for him, but we're making the best out of it. Yeah, no answer on the A-Team. Let's get on to the next one. Robert Brown and Mr. Wade, Big Fat Sledgehammers. Let's see if we can get them on the phone real quick. Maybe we'll get a rock and roll band instead of mariachi this time. Let's find out. Robert Brown.
What's up, Marcus? What's going on, man?
Go Navy, baby.
Go Navy, baby. That's how we do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you're on a live here. I'm about to try to bring your partner in crime on with us. Tell us a little bit about your day, buddy. You had a good one.
About my day. Well, my first fish of the day was a good one. About 4.5 to 5 pounds, 20.5 inches.
Woo!
And then I think next cast I hooked another fish, but she jumped me off. And I proceeded to have like 5 or 6 fish jump me off like the next 20 minutes. So I was stuck on that one fish, man. Stuck on that one fish until about noon. I ran all over the lake, man. I ran all over the lake. And then at noon, I decided I was going to go back to the front where I got, where I caught the first one at. And I started working a grass flat that was really close to like deep water with a jackhammer. And over the next 30 to 40 minutes, man, I just started whacking them. And I filled my limit.
And your partner didn't do too bad himself.
No, he had himself a day as well.
Yeah, you were sitting at 87.5 right now. We already know that's nothing for you to upgrade. And your partner's sitting at 90 inches. Y'all got a good thing going. Taking on 2 Florida boys, and y'all stepped up to the plate.
Well, we got to put Virginia on the map, man. To let people know we got big fish here too.
I'll tell you what. I started the day off with a 12-inch fish at 601. Had a 5-fish limit at 613 or 6 by 630 or something like that. It was like 72 inches. My next 4 or 5 fish were all 15.5 inches. And I was like, this is going to be how my day goes. Then I busted out an 18.5, and it was like one call after another. But it was weird. All my fish moved to shallow water, and I was chasing them out deep, and they just weren't there. And all of a sudden, I made a last-minute change, decided to try up shallow, and it was like, holy crap, look at all these big fish swimming around.
See, that's kind of similar to my day, man. I started shallow. I caught that big fish, my first fish. Caught her in about 8 feet of water, man. But I guess my brain was off, so I wasn't paying attention at the time. Then I went cold until about noon, man. And then at noon, I made a couple changes. Caught a fish, and then I guess I turned my brain on and realized, hey, these fish are in about 7 to 10 foot of water on grass points, and if there's wood on it, the better. That's where the bigger ones were. And when I tell you, man, for 30 minutes straight, it was like every third cast I was catching one.
Man, I mean, absolutely. Once you find that pattern with the bigger fish and get on it, I mean, it's a game changer and it's a motivational changer. And once you get motivated, you just seem to fish better, and it can change your whole day in a heartbeat. I knew up front, I was like, great, my lowest 5-fish limit I've ever had at first with the KBBT, and I'm going up against the champion that won the bracket. And dude, I was searching. I was hooking into buffalo. I didn't even know a buffalo would eat a fluke. Like, I was like, what is this? It was like, I wasn't even trying to mess with it. I was like, if I bring that in my boat, every rod's going over with it. I was like, no, I snapped my line on purpose. But once I found them, and the way I found them, I cruised over a hole and I looked down. I was like, that's a 20-inch bass. So I flipped into the next hole that was just like that one. Boom, 20-inch bass. And my next 3 went 20, 19 and a quarter, 19. I said, found them, but it was too late.
Man, I had about a 7 or 8 pounder get off at the boat at the net, man. My net got hung on my cell phone holder.
Oh no!
I'm trying to free it. I'm trying to free it, brother. And by the time I got it free, man, it was like she looked at me and said, I'm out. And shook her head and swam off. She was at least 22 inches, man.
Well,
I was like that.
I'll tell you what, someone else had the similar experience to you. Kyle Burns' partner told me, Team Woosa, they literally, in the first couple casts into the tournament, he hooked one that would have very easily went 22 to 23 inches on a chatterbait. Said he was just cranking it in. It was a great fight. All of a sudden, the fish just sat right out of net range. He couldn't move them, and the fish just spat his chatterbait out and swam off. He said it just stopped.
Yeah, I'm not a chatterbait guy either, man. But I tell you what, I got some confidence in it today. I threw that jackhammer all day long, man. And for anybody who knows me and fishing with me knows that's tough for me.
I threw a chatterbait for 3 casts, and I was like, nope.
Dude, I was forced to actually put down the jig today.
Oh, that's not like you.
I know, right? On a cast, I was casting out, and the side plate flew off of my jig rod. So yeah, that reel's done. I got to get a new magnetic side plate for it, but so I couldn't use my jig rod the whole time I was on the water. So
Oh, no.
forced me to pick up that jackhammer. I mean, I threw Texas rig. I think I caught 2 on a Texas rig Mondo worm, but once I figured out a jackhammer bite, man, it was hot and heavy.
So tell me, is Virginia out for redemption? Is Virginia going to take home the trophy from Florida tomorrow?
Well, I'm not one to be to boast or have a big head or nothing like that, but if these boys want to beat us, they're going to have to bring it because I'm going to put up 90 inches or more tomorrow. And my partner's probably going to put up 90 inches or more tomorrow.
That ain't a threat from this man. That is a promise.
Yeah.
That's confidence at its finest. You know why? Because he's going to have his jig rod tomorrow.
You're right about that.
He's going to have his jig rod tomorrow. For you Florida boys, that man right there that you're watching right now with a jig rod in his hand, that's worse than a grenade rolling under your car or through your front door. It's going down tomorrow. Y'all better bring your A game. You better call Doug Wilson and find out what's going on in Tanner Rock.
Hey, man, that place was on fire today, wasn't it?
Don't remind me.
Hey, you had a really good day, though. When I was looking at the leaderboard, I was like, Marcus is putting a hurting on him.
Hey, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I have bluebird skies today with like 185,000 degrees that was preheated. The oven was turned on for too long and lit on fire. Tomorrow, I'm not even going to see daylight. It's going to be overcast, low pressures, scattered showers all day long. Man, y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Man, that's what I had all day today. Thunderstorms rolling through. It's going to be the same thing tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm going to a lake I know very well. Let me put it that way.
Right on. Well, anything else you want to shout out to anybody?
I just want to say, hey, I appreciate the Florida boys showing up and, giving us their best shot. But Virginia's going to take this one home.
Oh, well, y'all heard it here first.
Go Navy, baby. You know
Go Navy, baby. Well, brother, you have a good evening. You earned it. Your partner wasn't able to come on tonight. He was unavailable. You get with him tomorrow and tell him we need him to have his Skype on for tomorrow night.
Got you. I got you.
Take it easy, brother.
All right, brother.
That's the man. That's the jig man. So, coming up next, bear with me here real quick. We've got a little bitty intro, but it's coming in. Bear with me 1 second here. We might have an ad, so just we do have an ad. Bear with me for 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here's our intro, guys. Oh, never mind. We got another ad. I love YouTube. I should have been prepared. Here we go.
Now I'm your big mall dropper, mud duck stopper, Fila on the bottom and Adidas on the topper, transform scratching, big beat matching. I can tell you didn't tell it by the looks I'm catching. I hate dumb skeezers, MC beater, drop $5 grand on my bird wide meter, smooth like ice, don't get nice, just turn up the box for the mix till I slice this you. Y'all ready to get busy? Buttermilk biscuit, here we go. Sip the flour, oh, let's go.
Matt Frentress.
What is going on?
What a show you and your brother did today. Y'all came in hot. Y'all weren't up for the longest, and then all of a sudden, boom, there it is. Y'all are pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I actually think you guys are next in line for the closest team behind me and Doc. Y'all are right there with each other all throughout the entire day.
Yeah, it was a pretty good day. I fished super sloppy today. I had lost about, I think, 3 fish, probably over 20 inches I lost today. Literally broke off. And I've never had that happen before with.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, you try to do your best to fish clean, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. And but I still got some things tomorrow. Charner's gonna be fishing in the morning. I'm gonna be going to church first thing in the morning, and then I'm gonna be going to a different lake, trying to see if I can get an upgrade. So so we're not done yet. We still got a little work to do, but it just didn't fish real clean today, but it was still pretty good. Caught quite a few fish.
I mean, that is apparent. You and Charter both did great today. What was were you punching like normal?
No, actually, this morning I got on a topwater bite.
Don't you say you got on a frog bite?
It wasn't a frog bite. It was just it's this new lure that I've been playing with recently, and it's kind of like a prop, almost a prop bait, but it's not a whopper plopper. So it's just a little different than a normal topwater. It has a really unique sound, and I've just been catching a lot of good fish on it. I don't know what makes those bigger fish attracted to it, but they like it. So I have one bait left. I broke one off, and I have one left. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes.
Right on. Well, what's you boys' plan for tomorrow? Because I know that y'all are getting ready to rock it out. I know both of you personally, so I know you guys are both chomping at the bit to bust 90 inches tomorrow. Are you going back to the same lake? You going to switch up waters? You going to try the same thing? You're going to be hit with relatively the same stuff I'm going to be hit with tomorrow. So you got some overcast and some storms coming in. What plays into y'all's head? Do you go back to the frog bite? Do you go to something else? What are you going to do?
Charner's going to be going back to the same place.
That means
he will be hitting that topwater spot that I hit today. He's going to be going back there first thing in the morning. So I told him kind of where I was fishing, where I caught him at, and so he's going to be going back there. So since I'm going to be getting a little bit of a later start tomorrow, I'm going to go to one or two lakes. It's just kind of a big fish lake. I have some brush piles on those lakes, and I'm probably just going to carry a couple rods, a big jig and a big 10-inch worm, and just trying to fish just really one of those big fish bites. And that's going to help me upgrade quite a bit. So Greg put a whooping on us, so I'd like to catch Greg. So I think I'm about one big upgrade away from catching him. So
that dude was on some fish today.
Yeah. And I think he did that in a KBF tournament too, I believe. I don't know for sure, but I think he was fishing a KBF tournament up in your neck of the woods, actually.
Oh, was he up at Conway?
I think he was. So I know they had a tournament today and a tournament tomorrow up there. So
if he threw up 94 3/4 on Conway, jeez, that's I don't think I've ever busted. I think my biggest fish on Conway is still 14 1/4.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty impressed because he had it. I think he had that pretty early, and I caught my fish by 10:30. I didn't really upgrade any after that. I had two that I broke off. Probably one around noon and one around like 1 o'clock. But after that, I mean, that's really the only bites that I got all day. So,
right on. Well, anything else you want to say to anybody out there? For anybody that doesn't know, Matt actually placed second in our first KBBT bracket tournament. So to undermine this man and think he doesn't have something up his sleeve, you'd be crazy. The dude is a walking marker board. He has a plan for everything. And do not be surprised to see this dude come out tomorrow and throw up 98 inches.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to get back out there, and didn't catch one over 20 today. I had probably two or three. There definitely two over 20 that got off, and I had an 18 on the board that I was getting ready to take a picture and it jumped off. So I hate when that happens. So I'm hoping to get out there after church tomorrow and do a couple upgrading. So we shall see.
Right on. Well, good luck to you, brother. Thanks for coming on this evening, and hopefully you guys make it on to round 2. That way we can broadcast you both on the water next weekend.
Yeah, no problem. Keep an eye on Charter first thing in the morning, because if they eat like they did today, you'll see him jump up quite a bit. So looking forward to that.
Right on. Well, take it easy, brother. Get a good night's rest.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Right on. So we're going to go on and keep going on here. We're bringing on Icky Thumb. Oh, Icky Thumb. Well, the first member of Icky Thumb, I did not pull up. Let me just see if I can search for his name and get lucky. I don't think he's from New Zealand. Let's try the second member of Icky Thumb. And if I can't get him on Skype, I'll go ahead and give him a phone call, because I do have both their cell phone numbers. They provided me with all information needed. That's what I'm talking about. I think, actually, to be fair, out of this tournament, out of all the other ones, I had more information from everybody than I have any other event. So I do have Tommy Thompson's information. We'll see if we can get Tommy Thompson on here. Tommy Thompson! T-squared! T-squared! What's happening?
Hello, can you see me?
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
How about now?
I got you now, buddy. How's it going?
Going, how you doing?
I'm doing great, doing great. You guys came out the gate swinging today.
Yeah, it was post-front conditions this morning, and luckily me and Matt both headed down south, two separate lakes, and luckily we got on some fish. I pretty much caught fish all day. I was just in dink purgatory, I guess.
That's the story of my entire morning.
It was, I think I upgraded probably 30 times, quarter inch at a time.
I did that for the longest. Like I told everybody, my first fish at 601 was 12 inches on the money. And yeah. I just, like I don't think I had a fish. I think I had 3 or 4 15.5s at the same, like all on the board. I'm sitting here like one decent fish and a whole bunch of 15.5s. And then after I caught all those 15.5s, it was 114, 115 and a quarter, another 15.5, and that proceeded for hours.
Yeah, we were in the same boat. Matt, I'm not sure if you got a hold of Matt. He's probably traveling. He's leaving from.
It says he's unavailable, and his cell phone wouldn't work either.
Yeah, he started off in western Iowa, southwest Iowa, and now he's driving out to southeast Iowa to try a different lake tomorrow. So he's probably driving right now. Same thing for me this morning. My honey hole, my home lake, was blown out. So I had to get on the road about 3:30 this morning. So luckily, when I got home today, I drove by there, and it looks like it cleared up a little bit. So I'm going to be in a bass factory tomorrow. Hopefully, Matt's going to do the same thing down south. So we'll see how it goes.
I've got to say, from what I hear from another guy, those I think one of the members of the team you're going up against had an absolute terrible day on the water. Something like broke a reel. The battery died in her boat. She was stuck on the water. Didn't even get to fish today. Man, they could be gutted for you boys tomorrow.
That's usually my story. They actually take squares on me because I'm going to break a rod or break a break a catch board or throw something. They actually bet on me last night.
Are you confident if you guys didn't call anything at all tomorrow that at 166 inches even, you would take the victory?
That's not going to happen. Me and Matt are on a mission tomorrow. It has nothing to do with the team we're going against right now. We got something. We're going after Jeremy and Mason. Mason, actually.
Oh, that's the matchup you're wanting. You're wanting to take down Jeremy and Mason. Man, I gotta
That's
say,
right.
Mason was on earlier. I don't know if you caught it or not. That dude is cool. He ain't worried about nothing.
And you know what? Mason's a stick, man. Him and Jeremy both. They live pretty close to each other. They work together. And it's very rare that Mason doesn't catch fish. I've seen that guy wake up from partying all night and get out there and slam out 93 inches. So he's always consistent.
You guys seem to have a lot more fun in Iowa than we have in Arkansas.
We do, man. We're a tight group. There are a couple of other guys that fished the last bracket, Tyler, Jordan, and those guys. We talk every day. We share info every day. I can't think of a tighter group in the country, and it's just the way we are. We're pretty protective of each other, though. So.
Right on. Well, we got that regional coming up July 11th. National bracket, no Florida or Texas. I already expect Iowa to have a huge appearance in that. Are you going to join up and aim for taking out Mason and Jeremy in that one as well?
I want to get those guys motivated a little bit more. They know where we fish. We know where they fish. They know where I'm fishing tomorrow, and if it ain't blowed out, then they know what kind of numbers that lake puts up. It's a 100-inch lake all day if it's fishing right. So we'll see.
Man,
I just like to get.
You're just as confident as they are.
I like getting Jeremy spun up a little bit. That way he'll message me later and get a little trash talking going.
Right on. Well, anything you want to say out there? Your first KBBT appearance. Anything you want to say out there to the fans? I'm sure you're going to build.
You guys do a great job, and we appreciate it. I know it's getting said a lot, but you guys do a fantastic job. I like the platform. I like the way you guys run your show, so keep it up.
I sure appreciate that. It wouldn't happen without anglers like you, buddy. Well, you get a good night's sleep, get on your Bass Factory tomorrow, and we look forward to talking to you in the finals tomorrow evening.
Right on, brother.
Take it easy. Man, I don't know what kind of folks they're brewing in Iowa, but I don't want to fish against them. Going up next, we got the Bastards. All right. You got to be careful how you say that on public television. I feel like Fox will put a censor on us. These guys gave us Skype information. Let's see if I can get them on the live. Gene, for those of you that didn't know, Gene has actually helped me quite a bit throughout this team's event. Seems like he does this kind of a team's event or has multiple times before. Has helped me quite a bit getting the rules down that people needed to hear. So let's see if we can get these boys on the phone. Tell us about their day. Chris Taylor and Gene Bohannon. Gene's a stick. I don't know Chris, but Gene's a stick. I don't know if we're gonna catch Gene, but we'll try Chris. I appreciate you guys, hanging out with us. I know we're just kind of making our way down the list of the top performers. I'm gonna keep this thing going all the way until we cover every team or don't have them answer. So, you guys just keep doing your thing, and you want to tune into all of them, we'll rock it out. We'll try Chris Taylor next. Oh, we're ringing on Chris. get him either. We might have to go on to the next team. All right, I don't think we're getting either one of them tonight. Hopefully we'll get them on tomorrow. Let's go ahead and move on to the next team. Another Iowa team coming on. The third, Tim Gurley. Hookers for Hire is the team, and Tim Gurley has 3. Oh, we might have lucked out on the first one. Tim! Welcome to the KBBT broadcast, baby. We got you, Tim? Can you hear us, Tim? Oh, there we go. We got you now. What's going on, buddy?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Not a lot.
Man, you guys showed up down there today. You guys came in hot.
Yeah.
Tell us a little
We
bit
tried.
about how your day went.
Actually, I got out on the water, so we just wanted to go out and get a quick limit. Upgrade some more tomorrow.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you guys are all pretty close to each other in this Iowa, and all of you Iowa anglers have a whole lot of respect for each other. Are you guys still gunning for the top spot in Iowa this week?
Yeah. We'll all push each other to the limit as much as we can.
Right on. Well, I don't have a Skype information for your partner. I am going to try to give him a phone call here so we can get both of you on the phone. It looks like, let me go back over here and check this out real quick. It looks like you had 83 inches, he had 71 and a quarter. Were you guys fishing same water, different water? How'd you go about it?
Different water. He's actually on vacation in South Dakota, fishing up there, and I just fished the local pond here.
Gotcha. Okay, you going the same place tomorrow? You gonna switch it up and go somewhere else?
I think I'll be switching it up and going somewhere else.
Right on. What do you think your numbers are gonna be tomorrow? You think you're gonna be able to hit 90? You gonna just try to call a couple?
I'm hoping to call a couple. If I hit 90, I'd be happy.
Right on. Are you should we go ahead and plan on you guys moving on this week, or? Oh, there we go. We got you back.
Okay.
I have to speed up to 70 for that.
Yeah, signal will be in and out. We're driving down the road.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I tell you what, buddy, we'll let you finish your trip. Is there anything else you want to say out here to everybody? I know you already have some fans in the KBBT. They've made their presence known. Anything you want to give or shout out to?
Now, I just want to wish the rest of the team Iowa luck tomorrow. Hopefully everybody moves on.
Right on. Well, I'll go ahead and say that. We'll let you finish your trip. We appreciate you coming on this evening, and best of luck tomorrow, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Tim Gurley. Tom Patrick wants to come on, so we're going to go ahead and bring old Toddy Cakes on the line. We have Todd.
What's up?
What's up? We're bringing on Old Town Catch Crew. That's next up on our list.
Will Brewer and friends, right?
Will Brewer and friends. That is correct. Nebraska and Virginia both made a little showing today. Will Brewer 80 and a quarter, and Ben Steele at 64 and a quarter. I think we got Will Brewer on.
Can you see me?
Ooh, it's dark as night. It's dark out there.
Tell us about your day, brother.
What's that?
Tell us about your day.
It went pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It was pretty. I mean, flat, calm water all day long, and just baking in the sun, man. I picked up a drop shot for the first time in a long time, and basically threw that for majority of the day, and then the wind started kicking up. So I was able to pull out a crankbait and actually start pulling some fish out, along with a bunch of other things too. I think I caught a crappie, a freaking bluegill the size of both my hands, uh, a chain pickerel, everything.
Right
It didn't
on.
discriminate.
I'm ringing. I don't have a Skype. I can't find your partner on Skype, but we're going to try to ring him. Nope, the number he gave me isn't correct either. So we're just going to talk to you this evening.
All right.
When you talk to him tomorrow, you get that fixed.
All right, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it tonight.
Now I gotta say, you guys have almost. I mean, you make one good call. There's a 20-inch difference between you and what he put up today. What do you need to see out of your partner for you guys to pull this out?
I mean, he just keep fishing. That's all you really can do. I think he told me he was trying out a new spot that somebody had told him about. So, that's understandable. He's trying to figure out some new waters and stuff like that. He's going to get his fifth fish. And he's going to get on it, man. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you.
Right on. So what can we expect from you tomorrow?
I mean, I kind of figured out the pattern today. As long as we have some cloud coverage and some wind, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Whenever I pulled up this morning, I mean, the lake doesn't open till 6, and it seemed like they opened the gates a little early, and they had every boat and everything like that already launched and out on every single one of my spots that I planned on hitting in the morning. But kind of like what Robert Brown said, man, I'm just trying to put Virginia on the board. Keep us there. Let everyone know that we're here to compete. It's still a fairly new lake for myself also. So I'm still trying to figure it out. It's only the third time I've ever fished it. So I promise you, as soon as I figure that place out, man, I'm going to put a hurting on some people.
Right on. Well, Greg said you were out for redemption. Greg said you wanted back in it. He said you were going all the way because you wanted redemption for you and the Doug Wilson matchup.
More or less, I just want to show that I'm a better angler than what I put up those last couple of times. Like you said, I had the fish on and it shook, but that's what happens. You don't fish clean, you don't win tournaments. And I was very fortunate today. I fished clean all day long, and that's what makes the difference. That's how you can put some inches on the board. I mean, that's really all I can say about it.
Well, I'll tell you what, KBBT honors itself in making dreams and wishes come true. So we have all unanimously decided that we're going to give you your redemption and let you take our place with Doug Wilson this week, and we're going to take on your guys.
I don't know if man, you had a hell of a day there. I mean,
I am tired. I am coming on tonight for you guys, the anglers, because y'all deserve it, because we blew the coop today.
Nah, man, I mean, between you and Doc, man, 94 inches each, I think is what it was. I mean, dude, that's nothing to shake at. You know what I mean? I mean, I wish I could put up 94 inches.
Well, I do that every time I go in the water, bro. It ain't nothing but a thing.
That's it, man. That PMA.
Oh, my bad. Hang on. My bad. I was just reminiscing about some dreams I'd had. My bad, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know when the last time Todd caught more than 2.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, it's true though. That's the problem. I got to swallow that pill.
Oh man, are we gonna have a host bracket?
Oh, I would love to have a host bracket. That is a great idea, William Brewer.
I want Marcus round 1.
How about just a 1v1v1?
I think we should. 12 hours. Let's go.
One day,
live feed the whole thing.
I'm fishing Lake St. Clair then.
Okay, I'm fishing Cannonsville.
Dang it. Was Greg going to fish Clear Lake?
No, Greg's going to go to the Potomac.
He's traveling around. He'll go wherever he wants, I guess.
He's still going to go to the Potomac. He's gonna get his 12.5.
Dang right. Greg's always good for one, usually the first.
Man,
he's dying. He's dying to show off the Potomac. He's dying.
I mean, before the KBF tournament, he had I think he was 91 inches that one day, man. And
yeah,
I mean,
pre-fishing he did.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what happens when you pay boaters to photograph their fish.
It's a tough place, man.
Look, he went out. He told us he was going to go to his home waters and smash fish. He went to his home waters and smashed fish and got wrecked on tournament day because of boaters. Then, instead of sticking around and grinding it out for day 2, he drove all the way home to make sure the broadcast was on point because I had to go pick up his camper. So he decided not to fish to do the broadcast for you guys. I would have done the same thing today, but I thought I would have enough service where I was at to do it, and I was wrong. Wrong. Texas does not have good service. It's got great food and terrible football teams and terrible service.
Well, that's the dedication that you guys show, man. You know, you give it up tournament
just
time.
For all you haters, I am a Longhorns and a Cowboys fan, so I have the right to say that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're very sorry.
Hey, I'm still celebrating the fact that we have 5 rings 20 years later.
20 years later.
We've got more Super Bowl rings than we do playoff wins in the last 20 years.
And the problem is the Texas Longhorns are the joke of the state. So
whoa! We're the only team that almost beat LSU.
Actually, A&M beat LSU 2 years ago. So
we're talking about last year, Talk. But
I don't
past.
think the Longhorns have had a team since Colt McCoy.
That's a fact. Actually, no. Last year we showed real potential and then tanked.
And Colt McCoy.
You guys always show real potential until week 1 versus Maryland and lose to them back-to-back years.
You know, if you're going to compare,
mic drop. It's over.
Let's compare Longhorns to Todd's fishing career.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Oh, man.
Mr. Brewer, you want to say anything to your fans out there, buddy?
No, man. Just thanks to everyone that's always helped me out. You know, MVKBA, man, we have a great club here in Virginia. I've learned a lot. Like I've told you guys before, I haven't kayak fished for that long. I just started in August of last year, and everyone in that club, man, has helped me with any questions I've had, and willing to share knowledge, and that's what this sport is about.
Is that Casey Reed's club?
No, he's a different one. I think it's
okay. My apologies.
Ninja Kayak Trail, I think is what he does. I'm not sure. You know, I like to thank all those guys, man. You know, John Mayhew, you guys have seen him before. That dude's a hammer. I'd really like him to show me how to fish the Potomac. So if you're watching this, show me how to fish the Potomac. Him and Eddie, man, you guys are something else on there. Like always, man, I like to thank Outdoor Dreaming and Castleberry Lure Company, man. Those are 2 of my biggest sponsors, and there's a lot of knowledge between those guys too, and they help me get out in the water and fish.
Right on. Well, buddy, you have a great evening. Go get you some rest. I know you're Eastern time. You're ready to hit the sack. Good luck.
Nope. I'm going to work. I'm actually at work right now. I got to work at midnight, and then I'm getting up or leaving work and going to fish tomorrow. So.
Well, good luck to you tomorrow, buddy. Grind it out.
That's right, man. Never stop.
Catch some big ones, brother.
Always. All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
You too, buddy. All right. We're also going to do a introduction for our next group, if hopefully they answer. But let's go ahead and.
My camera's here. Not bad.
I've seen a lot of places. I've been around the world. like a miracle. You have to see to believe. Cause God bless Texas with his own hand. Brought down angels from the promised land. Gave them a place.
I gave Jason O'Brien and Matthew Flett this awesome intro, and they're not even going to answer. Golly. Texas Forever is the name. I play God Bless Texas, and you don't answer the Skype call. That's okay. It's a little late. No big deal. Hopefully we get him on tomorrow. Let me try to get Todd back real quick. His actually, whatever he was doing with his camera kind of went with the music. So it was perfect. Hey, I don't know what you were doing with your camera, but it went with the music, so it was perfect. But we played.
It looked like my camera was like very blurry, and I was like, "Why is it so blurry?"
We play this awesome intro for Jason O'Brien and Matthew Flett, and they don't answer the Skype call.
I heard "God Bless Texas."
Yes, sir. Texas Forever. You gotta play it.
Is this camera better than the other camera?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is my back camera.
Who am I going with? Swim Gigolos is up next. They're Eastern time. We'll try to give them a call. I know they've been in and out of the broadcast here watching, so maybe they're still awake and want to talk to us a little bit.
Swim Gigolos.
Yep, Swim Gigolos, Florida.
Every time I hear that name, I think of Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo.
Boy, I tell you what, they took some heat last night. They were not happy that nobody picked Florida. I don't have Skype for either one of them. I don't think actually. Let me check real fast.
Who are they going against?
I think they're going against Big Fat Sledgehammers, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go.
Yeah,
back.
we sledgehammered all the way across, I think, on that one.
Oh, whoa. Dang.
I was just saying it was a sweep.
It was a sweep. That was a sweep. Let's try to get. I'm calling Greg first. Greg Gerdak.
I saw him put up a fish or two or three.
He did. He put up a limit.
I judged fish today since I didn't fish.
Mr. Greg, Marcus on KBBT Live. How's it going, buddy? I'm gonna put you on a quick hold. I'm gonna try to add your partner into the phone call real quick. All right, let me see if we can get Mr. Sean Woodham on. He messaged me earlier. We actually had one of his pictures, I believe. No. He did message me earlier though. Might not answer.
Well, that's ringing.
Did he message you about a fish problem earlier?
No, I don't think so.
I told him he needed to message you and Greg about it. We'll go. We'll do that in a private conversation. All right, no answer on him. All right, Greg, I'm back with you. He didn't answer, so you get this show all to yourself, buddy.
It's always good to have new guys.
So I want to go ahead and say this. I think your partner had a fish problem. I think he accidentally deleted a fish by mistake, and it was past cutoff time, so he couldn't re-put it in. Did he tell you anything about that? No. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of someone else then. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But yours.
I think he submitted. He had two pictures, one with the mouth open, one with it closed, and I think he tried to resubmit because he put in the wrong photo.
Yeah, that's what it was. He deleted and went to resubmit, but it was past 6 o'clock. And I told him to message Todd and Greg. I guess he has yet to do that. But anyways, let's talk positive. You've got a 5-fish limit on the board, 81 1/4. I heard it was scorching in Florida today.
Yeah, it was about 93 degrees. Was great.
His semi-chain.
Didn't really produce what I wanted to. We had to jump off Soho around 2 o'clock and hit a
Welcome to
Tell him
Florida.
to go to Marion.
Did you hear Todd? He said you should go to Marion. Marion? That's what he says.
Yes.
I have no idea what that means.
Part of the Kissimmee chain. He knows it.
He said part of the Kissimmee chain.
Oh, yeah. MLS was all up, and then they were all throughout the entire chain. So.
Oh, okay.
That was last week.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, what's your plans for tomorrow? To do some upgrading, make some calls, and change this matchup a little bit.
Surprised if you don't put a 200 tomorrow. Today was the worst I've ever seen him at, and probably one of the luckiest days that I've had. So I think he's gonna come on tomorrow, and then I need to upgrade some of those smaller fish that I have. I'm gonna start off at one of the smaller lakes. I think he's going back to Toho, only towards the south end. And I mean, we should be going like that Center Rock. I mean, that was ridiculous.
No freaking joke. Why does everybody keep bringing this up? Yeah. He's got less than a 4-inch lead on us, I think. It's going to come down to who can hit 210, I think, at this point. But I'm telling you guys right now, Doc Acosta's breaking 100 tomorrow.
Yeah, I think, yeah. But that's really crazy.
Well,
I can't believe it. Everyone was on fire today, man. I looked up around 10:30. Everyone's in the 90s. I was like, really?
Welcome to KBBT Nation, Greg. This is your first one. Get used to 90s, because in this system, 90's not a safe number anymore. Right on.
Ask him if he likes Hatch.
He wants to know if you like Hatch.
You like what?
Hatch? Hatch.
Hatchania.
Hatchania.
Never been there.
Never been there, Greg. Todd.
Wow, it's right next to Toho.
Hey, the man knows how to fish. He put up a 5-fish limit. What do you know about that?
No, I was just asking if you liked it.
Well, Greg, your first time coming on KBBT. Anything you want to tell anybody out there? Any shout-outs or anything like that?
Well, good to go, man. It's bedtime.
Right on. I know it's late. I appreciate you coming on. You have a great, get a good night's rest, and go out there and grind tomorrow, man.
All right, sounds good.
Good luck, man.
All right. So we're going to get back in this. All right, I know it's getting later as we go on, but like I said, I'm going to give everybody that opportunity. Bobby Moore, however, did inform me him and Danny Gann will both be asleep by the time we get to them. They're older gentlemen. They drank their milk, ate their cookies, and they went to sleep. So Mr. 58.5 inches, mustache game, rivaling Eric Valenz. Roll Tide Nation is passed out.
He's got he took his Pediasure and went to bed.
Oh my goodness. We love you, Bobby. We love you.
Yes, we do, bro. Don't get mad.
Oh, he got fired up. We didn't pick him either. Let's go on to the next one. We're going to see if we can get NTX on. Duke Tran might be out already as well. Do not ruin what you're about to ruin. I know what you're going to say. Save it.
Okay.
Save it. Let's try Mr. Is it Del Frazee?
Sounds right.
I'm not pulling up his live either, but I really don't think that anybody else has his name. Nope, found it. That was easy.
Boom.
And Duke did send me his. Skype information. He did. Yep, got it. So we'll go ahead and type that in real fast. And
Kansas City. Here it comes.
yeah, I guess it would help if I was typing, huh?
We got some crazy.
This isn't your karaoke time.
Dude, I was singing Kansas City because I'm in Kansas City.
I know, I'm just messing with you. No, I'm not finding Duke either.
Oh, man, we got to get Duke on.
I'm not finding Duke at all on Skype. I'll call him.
Yeah.
I guess Jason was unavailable.
It sounded like something was going through, but I guess it didn't.
Duke, this is Marcus and Todd on KBBT Live. I couldn't find you on Skype, so we figured we'd give you a call. How's it going, buddy?
Good, man. How you doing?
You were the most famous angler in the nation for 35 minutes. Duke posted up a 27 3/4 inch bass today. It just had a whole lot of stuff wrong with it, like it didn't meet the correct size and it got some reductions, but you know, for 30 minutes he had the biggest bass in the century.
No, it was longer than that. I judged the fish, and actually it was my fault. I actually dropped my phone, and it deleted the dimensions or the length of the fish. Well, I accidentally hit 27.75 instead of 17.75.
So it was your fault, but you made Duke famous.
Hey, I was trying to help Duke out with get him some popularity. I bet you people are begging him to see that fish.
You know what he did, Duke? He called me and go, "Did you know Duke threw up a 27 3/4 inch bass?" And he's the one that did it. Duke, tell.
I did it a couple of times because I was like, you know, my fingers wet, it was green, and you know, it was weird, but oh well.
Tell us a little bit about what went on today. Your partner, who we couldn't get on Skype, had a great day.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, typical turtle for me. I guess you know, freaking, I left my BFD in my storage unit, and you know, I couldn't access it after hours, so I had to grab a spare BFD from my house, and it was like a little blue one from Walmart, and it was like eating me all day long. It was miserable.
Been there.
You know, my battery was dead. Let's see what else.
Oh no.
All my fish came unbuttoned at the boat. You know,
wow.
It happened. It was a miserable day for me. So.
With the exception of Moose Man, Old Town had a rough go today.
Yeah.
Well, what's your plans for tomorrow?
I'm gonna hit a different lake. I'm gonna probably fish probably one or two. So I don't know. I'm gonna do my best. Try to catch a couple of monsters tomorrow.
Right on. Well, man, you know, you're in a great state. You've already got your kicker fish. Honestly, if you threw up 4 smaller ones, you would have a decent limit. Your partner's already got the kicker limit, so you know with who's NTX facing, Ty? You know what team you were facing?
Pentagram.
Okay, so you guys are already, you know, almost doubling what they put up. So you know, with 4 smaller fish, with your partner's kicker limit there, you can see yourselves moving into next week.
Yep.
Yeah. He went out hunting for some monsters tomorrow, so he's gonna be hitting the lake where he's caught a couple double digits. So.
Right on. Well, I will tell the. Oh, go ahead, Todd.
Can he hear me?
Can you hear Todd?
Yeah.
So how does it feel being in a team tournament? We've not got to ask this question yet, but how does it feel like to know that one team member has a nice limit, and how lax does that make you going into day 2, knowing that you can go hog hunt all day? That's got to be a good feeling to know that you can just go out there and just hunt for the big girls on day 2 because you got a nice solid base for during day 1. How just wanted to see what your thought was on that, dude.
Fan, it's Texas, and all the guys, the team were fishing, and they were fishing another tournament today, so they were limited on what they can do. So if they don't go out and smash tomorrow, I'll be surprised. It's on the take, so we'll see.
Right.
Right on. Well, I mean, hey, I agree with Todd on that one. That's great. And for all of you people out there that don't know Duke, if you ever get a chance to go fish one of Duke's tournaments, you need to. He is by far one of the greatest tournament directors of all time, and one of my personal favorite people just to be around. Go if you get a chance to be in his neck of the woods and fish one of his tournaments, you'd be doing yourself a favor by checking out his club. And that's North Texas Kayak Fishermen, correct?
North Texas Kayak Championship, but yeah.
Got North Texas Kayak Championships because they produce championship contenders, not anglers. Well, buddy, I know you're tired. I know it's late. I appreciate you coming on and apologize we weren't able to get you on the water today. Like I said, we kind of blew the coop on that one, running a little thin without meaning to. But good luck tomorrow, and bring home the trophy, baby.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Good luck.
You, buddy.
Be safe.
Bye.
It's always a pleasure talking to you. Metamucil? William Brewer said Metamucil. I don't know where did we say?
We were talking about Big Bobby Moore and Pediasure.
Oh, okay. I see Metamucil. I'm like, where in the world does that fit into any of the conversation we just had? But now I get it. So let's bring on the next one, Worm Wigglers. Let me see if I can get Dustin Arms in here, and I don't know if I think I might have a Skype for Ryan Lignelli. If I don't have a Skype, I'm not going to call Eastern guys on cell phones anymore tonight.
Yeah, 10-15.
Yeah, if they have Skype, I'll ring them up. But I hate to call Eastern folks right now. So if you've
got to have Lignelli from the bracket, right?
I don't know if we ever got him on Skype, did we?
I thought we did.
I'm looking right now.
Can you believe what Greg Hurt did in a KBF tournament, though?
Oh, bro, on my home water, pretty much. I mean, it's 45 minutes up the road.
Yeah, Conway. I drove across it. What was it, a couple weeks ago, and it's gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of Caddo a little bit with them Cypress.
I'm not getting Dustin Arns, and I don't have Skype for Ryan. I texted him. He didn't want to do Skype at the moment, and I do not want to. I don't want to call his cell phone this late in the evening.
Next.
Todd, I tell you what. While I've got everybody on live here, I tell you what. If Todd, are you gonna be busy tomorrow?
If I don't get any work, I'll be sitting here on Father's Day.
Well, if you're just sitting there on Father's Day, I tell you what would be really cool if you could do some Skype calls on your phone, Skype interviews on the water, and record them. We can broadcast them throughout the week. That way, these anglers can get shown on the water.
I think I could actually broadcast them on KBBT's behalf, because I have full access.
Were you able to bring them on today?
No, I didn't think about doing that. But yeah, I could.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm saying that I could record it and then I could post it as soon as I was done with it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That would be great if you could do that. I think that would be awesome. That way, these guys really could get their time on the water.
Look at you. Good idea, brother.
I try.
For some reason, that Lake Conway KBF is final results are not posted, which is kind of weird. I wonder if they've got a dispute.
I don't know what we're doing here. I need to find out where Joe Brancato is from before I call him up. Like I said, I'm gonna hold off.
That last name make me think it'd be an East Coast name.
That's what I'm thinking too, and it's already 10 o'clock there. I don't want to keep bugging these guys. Man, I tell you what, if we're gonna do some live interviews tomorrow, let's well, it's still 9 o'clock in Central Time. There's a lot of people up. Let's see if we can get a. I'm looking for what did Brancato put up. I'm trying to find out what state he's from. Brancato, let's see here. He was, I don't know what we're doing here. Put up 58 and a quarter today. I don't have any information for his partner. Let me see. Let me scroll down here, find out where he's from. He is from Rhode Island, so I'm going to leave that one alone. All right. Fort Worth Boats and Hobies. Let's see if we can get Ross Pinkerton and Hayden Crossnow on.
Gosh, that team let me down today. I had them doing big things. They still got 98 and a quarter, though. So I wonder if maybe they're just putting up big ones today. I'm going to go in here and see what they did.
All right, I've got 2 Skypes for each one of these guys, so I will try them both. We'll just make our way down the list here.
I just went in there and just seen that Cher Cohen put up 78 inches today. Good job for her.
Yeah, she did.
Kick my butt. Just going through here. Hayden Crossnow put up 53 inches today, and Ross Pinkerton put up 45 and a quarter.
All right. I'm not getting them. Here's what I'm going to go ahead and do. We are losing viewers. I'm 100% positive it's because of the time of night. Todd's already said that he can do some live on the water interviews tomorrow. He's got the entire Skype and phone list, so he can do that. Todd, if you have any problems reaching any of the guys or any of the information, let me know, and I'll just give me a shout, and I'll do my best to get it for you. Because some of them
I've got it all.
Some of them I have in a screenshot that might not be on there. So if you see one you can't find, just holler at me. We'll do some live on the water interviews. Todd will post them to the site. And you guys can all thank Todd for taking that time out on a Father's Day weekend to take that care of you guys, the anglers.
Hey, I'm not a father, so
You're still doing it on Father's Day.
Yeah, but my dad's in Ohio. I'm in Kansas, so we're good.
Well, I really appreciate you doing that. I know these guys will as well. We did try to get as many anglers on as possible tonight, but we're just running thin on time. Good luck to all you fishermen out there, and bring it home.
Heck yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this is Marcus and Todd signing out with KBT Live. Thanks for sticking on with us and letting us do the best show that we were able to do. We did get the top guys in, but of course we want to focus on everybody, and that's what Todd's going to be doing tomorrow. So thanks, guys, again, and y'all have a good evening.
See y'all. Be safe.